We have selected 1,000 female graduates of tertiary institutions from across the country. Again, they were sourced for us by women NGOs, associations, and groups all over the country. Many of the participants in the program did not have any ICT skills or ICT backgrounds in their degrees. And in point of fact, the best performing participant, who scored 98% in the test, was actually a graduate of economics. 200 of the best performing students have been selected to undergo further training. They'll become Huawei Certified Data Associates. And upon completion of the training, all 200 of them will be employed by Huawei, either by Huawei themselves or by their clients and their associates. Out of the 200 that will be employed, 20 of them will have an opportunity to be trained to undergo further training in China, ensuring that they can actually get much more qualified and much more complicated or complex jobs than they would have ordinarily. Our third program is a Smart Woman in Nigeria, and this is the umbrella brand that we have chosen for mobile apps that will be developed to provide women with information that can empower them, that can give them the knowledge to change their lives. The first of these applications is called She, and She stands for Smart, Happy, Empowered Woman. It's developed as a brand of Smart Woman Nigeria, and our objective is to create the largest network of connected women in Nigeria. The application will provide women with information or regular content on health, on parenting, on finance, on business, on lifestyle tips, empowering them and enabling them to live better lives. The application is now available on Google Play Store, so you can go to Google Play Store and download it. It will currently be free, but as we go on, we'll start to charge some money for the in-app purchases so that we can use that money to sustain the program going forward. Women in rural areas will not be excluded from She. They will get content on SMS and text, and this content is going to be provided for us from the Ministries of Agriculture, Women Affairs and Social Development, and also Health. Women on the network will also have an opportunity to ask questions about things that interest them or confuse them or concern them, and they'll be given answers by experts that are available on the platform. In the first 2 years of the program, we expect to have connected 2 million women, and we really think that this is going to be transformative in the role of women in society. Our work in the YouWin program has also received international recognition. At the International Telecoms Union Plenipotentiary Conference in November 2014, Nigeria was out of 360 nominations from 74 countries. Nigeria emerged winner in the 7th category of ICT and broadband strategies, policies and frameworks that promote women's digital empowerment. And this is indeed a very worthy recognition for the work that is going on here. Very quickly, beyond 2015, we hope that we'll develop a framework to enable and sustain private sector participation in Smart Woman Nigeria. And again, I thank Huawei and of course Procter & Gamble, who is also providing content for us on the Smart Woman application, on the She application. We will develop other mobile applications specifically aimed at empowering Nigerian women and girls. We will engage with other ICT firms to support Huawei in the training for the subsequent rounds of training for the 1,000 Girls program. I will introduce other specific ICT-driven initiatives for gender empowerment and gender inclusion. On behalf of all Nigerians, I want to thank Mr. President for his decision to create the Ministry of Communication Technology and given us the mandate to leverage ICTs for national socio-economic development. But more specifically, I want to thank Mr. President on behalf of all the women in Nigeria. I thank you for the YouWin program, and I also thank the CME for really being the executor of the YouWin program and the opportunity that this program has given us to improve the lives of women all over Nigeria by leveraging the catalytic power of ICT. Thank you.
Can we digitize a round of applause and give it to her, please? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I saw the documentary on YouWin earlier, and it is the health pillar that actually touched me, where as a result of VVF, some growing girls and women have lost their self-esteem, cast out as outcasts, and stigmatized. But today we thank the Ministry of Health and the federal government for restoring their dignity, for restoring their womanhood, and making sure that, like the Minister of Communications Technology said, that they are truly She, smart, happy, and empowered. And one of the Honorable Minister who is driving this on behalf of the federal government is here. I'd like to welcome the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Haliru Hassan, to step forward there.
the Coordinating Minister of Economy and the Honorable Minister of Finance, my dear colleagues, Ministers of Information Technology, Water Resources, Agric, Women Affairs and Environment, development partners here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, beneficiaries of YouWin, it is indeed my great pleasure to stand before you on this very memorable occasion. I think without missing a beat, a lot has been said on why we're here. And specifically, the Coordinating Minister and other colleagues have already mentioned the various sectors where YouWin has impacted. In my ministry, the Federal Ministry of Health, we implemented 2 YouWin components. That is the obstetric fistula and recto-vaginal fistula. For those who are not medically qualified or not medically educated, BVF and RBF, these are 2 most horrible medical conditions that a woman will encounter, some women and girls will encounter during delivery, that is childbirth. These are unfortunate situations whereby young girls, teenage, got difficulty in delivery and they have some serious complications that will affect their whole life. And these are so debilitating that they ended up being divorced by their husbands, they will be rejected by the society, and they will be left on their own. These are very tragic, situation that impacted on the life of women so seriously that it's a major health concern. The second component that we, as Federal Minister of Health, are involved is adolescent youth health education, peer-to-peer. If we go specifically onto BVF, this project is in line with the transformation agenda of Mr. President to give life and hope to 1/3 of women and girls suffering from BVF, this terrible medical condition, through treatment and economic empowerment by the end of the year 2015. The program also aimed at restoring dignity to the thousands of BVF patients. Girls and women leaking this urine and fecal materials were mobilized from all 36 states of the Federation, including FCT, and were surgically repaired. Victims are often poor, illiterate, divorced, abandoned, hence the need for their rehabilitation after repairs. Through the peer education, adolescent youth health education, we aim to improve the optimum health and development of adolescent girls and, of course, young people, particularly the out-of-school youth. We create awareness on key public and reproductive health issues, develop positive attitudes towards adoption of personal hygiene norms by students, develop life planning skills in young people in secondary school. We want to improve the community attitudes to public health and reproductive health. Our results. So far to date, a total of 3,515 women were surgically repaired across the nation. 135 of them have been empowered economically, whereby they have been trained into some form of trade, like tailoring, knitting, and other economic empowerment. We have created awareness about BVF in all the community. The repairs cut across 16 BVF centers in the country. In the adolescent health, we have trained 943 teachers in the peer-to-peer coordinators. 124 faith-based organizations have been empowered, and they were trained as peer-to-peer coordinators. 4,497 in-school students were trained as peer educators. 1,163 out-of-school young people trained as peer educators. Customized exercise books and training manuals were printed and distributed.